Hi everyone, Melissa here from Collecting Dreamcatcher, and I am back with a new video, and I am super excited to be sharing that I am going to be creating a mini binder. So I guess what this came from is as I'm kind of picking up more groups, I guess, I'm having too many like regular size binders around, and I'd say binders that I feel like don't really need to be full-size binders. So here we're going to be doing my 4-minute binder. And like I added the placeholders because that's just what I was doing at the time for my collection. But when you get to like the photo cards, I don't know, it just feels there's a lot of empty space. I feel like 5 members, doesn't lend itself well, I guess, to the 9 pocket pages. And 4-minute cards for the backs are usually just signatures. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting like cards back to back in a mini binder. And usually, like, I like to see the backs of cards, and I do like to look at the backs of the 4-minute cards, but I would say that since they're just signatures, I'd be more inclined to just take them out if I want to look at their signature, where Dreamcatcher cards are just more, like, intricate, I guess, so I will probably never double up Dreamcatcher cards, because I love the backs so much. But I feel like for 4-minute, I feel like this collection just will lend itself really well to a mini binder, so I'm going to be sharing how I did it. Or how I'm doing it. I did all the cutting because you have to cut pages. So I did that off camera, and I will just tell you what I used and how I cut it because we would just be sitting here watching me struggle probably for a long time because it did take me a little bit to kind of like test out sizing and see what works, and this is what works for my binder. So all the supplies that I used, I will put the links in the description of this video. I got everything off of Amazon, or I had already purchased this stuff for my collection, so I had lots of it laying around, and I just felt like it would be a good project, I guess, to undertake, especially for my 4-minute collection that I just feel like is in this binder and it doesn't need to be. So let's save some space. So first, I got this mini binder here, got off of Amazon. It's a 1-inch and it's by the brand Avery. And it says here it can hold up to 175 sheets. So originally I was debating between doing this or like those cute clear ones that you see online. I'm going to talk while I struggle to take off this sticker. And the ones that were online that were clear were like really cute, but I found like just me, I was worried because they were kind of like bendy, and I watched some YouTube videos of some other people who had created mini binders, and one person went from the like jelly, I don't know if that's what they're called, but they're clear, went from that one to this type of binder. I think it actually was this one. And they said it just makes you feel more secure because it is like hard. It's not floppy, so you won't like damage your photo card. So that's why I picked this specific binder. I also like the fact that the rings are on the side and it closes like this, like it wraps around, because that is the design of these binders that I have. So the only thing that would have made it even more perfect is if it was like the D ring as opposed to the O for it, and if it had like the rubber, but I won't be too picky because these are from Staples and this is Avery. But anyways, so that's a bit about the binder. And before we get into the inside, I sized down the cover so that it will be the same, and this kind of looks cute, kind of looks like it's a little sister binder. So there we go, there's the cover in the sleeve. It's kind of cool because it also has a back one, so if you want to put stuff in the back, you can. And it has a side, so I don't know if you remember, I'll link it in the info at the top, but I did a bunch of like scrapbooking for the Dreamcatcher like 1-page sheets, and I had a bunch of scrap like pretty paper left over, so because I wanted to do another project of some sort, and I got it to fit where it should fit in the spine here, and I think it'll just make it look a little bit extra pretty. So there we go, there's the side, which I think looks cute, and the cover. So the one thing I will note is that I saw people commenting, and mine did come like this, the white cover, like it's almost like the rings were put too far over, so it doesn't fully close perfectly, but that doesn't bug me too much. I did buy the black version as well because I'm thinking about putting my Only One Of collection in a mini black binder, or maybe part of my Dreamcatcher. I'm not totally sure yet, but I want to do another one, and that one lines up perfectly, so I don't know if it's just something with like the batch of white ones, but that's okay. That doesn't bug me too much because I kind of want to stand it up like this. I think would be cute. So yeah, so that is the outside, and now I will discuss the pages for the inside. So the first step I did, I guess after creating this part and getting the binders is I went through my collection to see kind of what size holders I guess I would need for my 4-minute collection, because Cube, well, I guess this is not for albums, but for when it comes to album cards, Cube, I feel like is just maybe known for doing just whatever size they want to do because they don't all, they're not all like regular photo card size, because if I flip to Crazy, it's like a full-on bookmark and the cards for Act 7 are big. So I was kind of looking and I wanted to figure out how I could fit everything in the mini binder, and this is what I came up with. So first, in total there are 5 members, so there's 5 of these big Act 7 cards, and what I did is I'm going to be putting them back to back, so I need 3 holders, or 3 sleeves, I guess, in total to hold them back to back. And I took one of these, like what is now a 4-pocket sleeve, because I have a whole bunch of these, and I kind of cut it. I don't know if you can see, so the pocket is here, so I needed this amount, and initially when I tested it, I cut it like this to just use the one, but then when it was in the binder, because it didn't take up that much space, like it only took up 2 of the rings, it was like falling like this. I don't know if that makes sense. It wasn't like nice and square on, I guess. It was kind of falling over, and I was worried that would damage the card. So what I did is I cut it kind of higher like this, so it took up the 3 rings, and it might make sense when you see it like this. So there is like a little spot here, and I again used my extra of the scrapbooking paper, and I just made like a little almost like business card size that I put in there, and I may eventually decorate it with their names or something. I'm not very artistic, so we'll see, but I think this looks kind of cute. And then in the pocket down below will go the member card front and back. And then you just kind of need like one of those like hole punchers, like the individual ones, and you pretty much, after you cut it to the size, I opened the rings and I just kind of like held it here and made like indents, and then I took that individual hole puncher, and I punched the holes where the markings were, so there are more holes than spots, but that's okay. So then it just fit fine. I also tried both using my paper cutter as well as just regular scissors to cut these, and I did find it was easier to use regular scissors. The paper or the plastic is just kind of slippery, and I felt like when I was using my paper cutter, it was like kind of moving, and I would get like, I don't know, it just wasn't as easy, I guess, because it's made for paper. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. That's for the first part, and the way I'm also going to be organizing this is I don't want to do how I have the order here, but based on the release, going Korean and the Japanese cards, I'm going based off of size. So all like the smaller things and the smaller pages at the front, and then I'll move back into the photo cards, which will all be the same. And I feel like that way when it's laying down, like the binder is laying down, everything will just like, I don't know, won't crease, and we'll just keep it extra safe, I guess. So these are for the Act 7 cards. And then the next size up from the Act 7 cards are the Crazy bookmarks. And for those, so I took one of these pages. So one of these pages, again, I had a bunch of these, and there are 3 pockets, and I essentially just cut it straight down the middle so that you have the 2 sides, and then I punched the holes in here. So it might make more sense here. So depending on what side it is, it either opens on this side or opens on this side. And then this section here is where I did the hole punching. So it went in like this. So you also have to cut off the top where the holes are here to get this shape, but I think it works really well. Again, I'm going to put them in back to back, so I needed 3 of them, and they just fit nice and snugly, I guess. I also tested for the ones where it opens on the top here, because that will be facing outside the binder, and I shook the binder like this, and it did not fall out. So I think it's the material. These are really papery, so I think the material with the plastic, they just stay. So I'm not too worried about that. I'll always check on it and be careful. But yeah, that's kind of how I did those. So I did the same thing where I put the pressure on the holes and then punched it with the hole puncher, and those fit in. And the next size thing I need was kind of like a 1-pager almost. And that was for the Season's Greetings postcards. So for those ones, I took what is in now, these 2 pocket pages, and then I cut on the opposite side of the serrated edge here, because this in here ended up being where I put the holes and I put the opening on the top, and I cut off these holes here, this top part, so then it's like a one-page sleeve, kind of like this. And I think it works really well. I think it looks really cool. It fits rather perfectly in the binder. The only bad part is you're kind of wasting this pocket down here, but I kept the bottom part for if I have to trade or sell anything that's a little larger and needs a larger penny sleeve, because I don't have any of those. So that's kind of my plan. I'm going to use it as like a penny sleeve for trade or sales. And then yeah, I kept the top parts, of course, and they fit just super nicely as like a one-pager, which you will see. And for these, again, I counted front and back, and I need 4 of them. So then here you can kind of see there's the hole punches, and then it opens here at the top. So I think these will look good. They'll go back to back. And I'm really happy. I actually think this might be my favorite one that I did. They look really good. And then the last thing in my photo card collection, of course, is photo cards, regular photo cards. And I ended up buying on Amazon because I didn't want to, like, these ones I really like, these pages. They're nice and sturdy, and I don't know, I like these. I did not want to cut them. So I went and bought off of Amazon like cheaper sleeves. So I would say if you're doing this with cheaper sleeves, like always make sure I sleeved my whole collection recently, but make sure you sleeve them if you're going to do this, because these are very these are not thick like this one. But I got these really cool ones that have a pocket on both sides. So there's a pocket there. And if I flip it over, there's a pocket on this side too. So I thought that was perfect for double sleeving it. It also has a ton of different holes on the side. So I actually didn't have to hole punch these ones. And I cut them across at the bottom here and up here. So I have 4. And it fits rather well in the binder. And then I kept this bottom one because I see people do like really, really tiny binders, and I think that's really cute where it's like just one photo card. So I did keep the ones I cut in case I can ever do something like that. Trying to limit as much waste as I can doing this, but I think it worked really well. I also kept some of the other ones that I could for as well penny sleeves again, just in case. And after I cut them, I counted it out and I need 6. And the perfect thing is that if I ever complete 4Minute completely, for them to go front and back, they will take up the entire, like all the pages. There won't be an empty spot, so there won't be a need for any kind of placeholders or anything like that. And I'm really excited. So that's these ones. Now, that's it for me explaining it. Now I will move my collection over. So first I'm going to start with Act 7 because this is going to go at the top or at the front of my binder. I do have these cards sleeved, so I'm going to keep them both in their individual sleeves, and I'm going to put them back to back like this. It's still going to be in age order, so Jihyun will be at the front. There we go, so it kind of looks like this. Gayun on the other side, and then that's kind of the sizing of it in the binder. And next, I only have Jiyoon so far, but hers will be Jiyoon and Hyuna in a pocket, and then Sohyun on her own. So I guess I will get to see the back of her card that way, to be reminded of what it looks like. And then I have these extra sleeves that I got, so I'm just gonna, for now, put them in the empty pocket until I can complete this set, hopefully. And then next I will be doing my crazy cards, the bookmark ones. Again, these will go back to back, but I only have Jihyun's right now. I don't have Gayun's, so hers will be alone. Actually, all the ones I have like alternating members, so everyone's going to be in their own sleeve for right now. And then Sohyun's. And then next I'm going to do these bigger items, which are the postcards from the 2012 season's greetings. I find it easier to put them in both at the same time, because then I feel like they line up a lot better. I guess the one thing I will miss is that some of the members are facing like straight up and down, and then they'll be sideways, but that's okay, I can live with that. Here's the second one. and the third one. And then the last one is the sticker sheet and then some kind of ticket that came with the album. And then next we'll be moving on to the photo cards. So I already have my cards sleeved, and I measured these sleeves to make sure my my individual sleeves will fit the pockets, and they do very nicely. I'll also be putting in all my white sleeve placeholders. I have this card on the way, which is super exciting. So that's what it looks like on the back before I put the Sohyun card in. There we go. So that's the first photo card set. Now I'm missing a ton of Japanese cards, so there's going to be a lot of white fillers in here, but I want to get it set up pretty much so I don't have to do this again, and I just got to take out as I get new cards. So beside Sohyun here is a filler, and it is the group card, or for the group card, from the Japanese version of music. And then this spot will be for Jihyun's music card. This one's for Gayun's music card. There we go. I like the fact that it's double-sided, like there's a pocket on both sides, because then I feel like I'm not squishing cards into one sleeve, so it's really nice that way. Then after Gayun, we have a card that I actually have, and it is Jiyoon's music card. And then we have a placeholder for Hyuna, and then Sohyun's card. There we go. Then move on to I, My, Me, Mine, and the next spot is for the group card for I, My, Me, Mine. And then we have Jihyun and Gayun, Jiyoon, very empty, I know, and then we have Hyuna, and after Hyuna we have Sohyun. So the photo cards are going age order and then by release. It's just the other stuff in the binder that has really no rhyme or reason. And then we have the group card placeholder for first. Jihyun placeholder. The Gayun placeholder. And then we have Jiyoon. Hyuna placeholder, and Sohyun. And then we get into Y, and I have one group card placeholder. And then there's second group card, and I actually have that one. And then Jihyun's placeholder. Gayun's placeholder. And then Jiyoon. And then we have placeholders for Hyuna and Sohyun. And then we have heart to heart. And we have one of the group cards. And then a group card placeholder. And then the other group card. And then we have a Jihyun, Jihyun's placeholder, Gayun's placeholder, Jiyun's placeholder. I gotta get on these Japanese cards. And then we have Hyuna's, oops, and then Sohyun. And then we get into Ready Go, which is the last era. And we have a group card and another group card. Then we have a group card placeholder, a Jihyun placeholder, Gayun's card, Jiyun's placeholder, Hyuna's placeholder, Sohyun's placeholder, and then, last but not least, we have two Yoon, so they're going to be at the back. And we have their first card, and a placeholder for the second card, because there's only two for that set. So, because I know I made all of these thinking I was going to do fan-made cards and all this stuff, but I haven't really been feeling up to it, although I'm not going to get rid of these just yet in case I don't like the small binder and I want to go back. But then if I do decide that I like this binder more, I'll probably end up cutting these up for my placeholder pieces, because I think I'll need more of those. Or use it as scrap paper or something like that, but I'm not going to get rid of them just yet because I want to make sure I do like this. But let's do a flip through. So here we have the front, the spine, the back, and we open to Act 7. So we have Jihyun, Gayun, Jiyun, hopefully one day Hyuna, hopefully one day Sohyun. And then we get into Crazy, so we have Jihyun, hopefully one day Gayun, Jiyun. I actually have Hyuna's on the way, and Sohyun. And then we have the 2012 Season's Greeting, so I'll flip it this way. Oh, it kind of flips back and forth. Jihyun, and then Gayun, and Jiyun, Hyuna, Sohyun, and then the stickers and the ticket. I kind of like these and the size of them, so maybe if I do want to have like my individual dividers like this, I might downsize them and cut more of these to do that, but I haven't fully decided yet, so we'll leave it like this. And now we get into photo cards. So we have Volume Up. I have this card on the way. Got Sohyun there, and then we got the Korean 4-minute cards. That is kind of a barren wasteland, but that's okay. I like this. It looks like they're looking at each other now. At least on every single page there is at least one card. And then 2 Yoon at the back. And that will be my 4-minute collection. I love it. Oh my gosh, I am actually very happy with how this turned out. It's not super thick, so I like that because I felt like this was just like unnecessarily thick. And I just want to save some space, and I really, really like it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute and little. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think of my mini binder, and if you like it, or if you don't, I guess. Hopefully you like it, because I like it. And yeah, if you like collecting K-pop, Dreamcatcher 4-minute, only one of, please subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every Saturday. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Stay safe.